Hello and welcome to Critical Strike 104. I'm Josh, and here with me is Bill.
Hi.
And Kyle.
Hi.
So excited.
I don't know which one seems more excited that I'm back. Hi.
Yay.
Hey, that's right, you
Josh
were
is
gone.
Back. Hooray.
Hi.
So glad to have Dick Jokes return.
Speaking of Dick House, Bill,
Yeah.
I have a story for you.
You modded
Okay.
the Dick House?
No,
Oh.
I was playing Assassin's Creed 3 last night, and I came across a lighthouse. So I climbed that dick, and I took a screenshot.
Nice.
Oh, man, Josh, you love climbing on dicks.
Yeah, it was first thing that popped in my mind. I was like, I gotta get a screenshot of this. Boop. That one's for Bill.
Interesting.
Yep.
I wouldn't have guessed that you'd still be with that series by now.
Dude, we'll get on to that, but yeah, I don't know. Liking it.
Interesting.
So,
Don't try and sell me on it, Josh.
not at all. No.
Okay.
Anybody got any interesting stories? Perhaps, Kyle? Anything bad happened to you?
You write a novel there, Kyle?
No, I mean, I made par for the first time ever today. That was pretty awesome. Went golf with
Getting
my
all
brother.
squeaky?
You actually went golfing?
Yeah,
It was warm enough?
it was like 40, 45.
Wow. I didn't know you were Scottish. It seems really cold.
No, it wasn't that bad. It was
Oh.
warm in the sun. It was just a very cold wind.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, I didn't know you were that good of a golfer either. Well done, sir.
Well, it was double par for everything else. Just that one hole.
Oh, just one hole.
Yes.
Oh.
I hit par
Well,
for
now
the
you're a
first
piece of shit, and you're terrible.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, it is kind of a cool moment when you finally hit one.
Way to make it seem like you're successful.
Yeah. Damn.
You should have just shut up when you had the chance.
And then my meat, it doesn't taste like ass. It actually tastes pretty good, so I'm happy about that.
Did Nancy put ketchup in it?
No, she did not. She has not tried it yet. But that's it.
All right, Bill, nothing?
Alcohol and
No,
golf.
nothing at all.
No interesting Thanksgiving stories?
No, not really.
Hmm.
Tearing apart the bathroom. No one wants to hear about that.
I'm very curious about tearing apart the bathroom.
Why?
Why was there a doll in your shower in that picture?
Ah, it's Data.
Why was Data in your shower?
Data?
Because one of my buddies, one of his neighbors was a hoarder, and when she got hauled off because she was insane, like we went inside to just take a look at it, and the house was filled to the brim with just stuff, and I took the Data doll. Yep.
What?
Yeah. Just a little Star Trek Data character.
So-
Usually he sits in the corner, but since, the bathroom's tore up, I threw him in the shower.
So you just went into some strange lady's house after she got arrested and stole something.
Well, not so much arrested as hauled off to the insane asylum. Like, she was completely mental.
Okay.
Like, downstairs, she hadn't thrown away her cat litter. Like, she'd put it in bags and then just carry it downstairs. There was, like, a good 6-foot pile of cat litter bags.
That's kind of
There
gross.
there was one spot on her couch where she could sit and paths through all the junk, and one little spot on the floor in her bedroom where she could, like, lay down, and that was it. Everything else was just, like, mounds of stuff.
Huh.
Yep. Very interesting. Because at the time, that was before all the TV shows and stuff, and because he's telling me she was a hoarder, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I didn't know what that meant. Yeah, it's pretty...
You're a whore? What?
Yeah,
Your
strange
neighbor's a
thing.
whore? Awesome!
No, she was an older lady. I think she just went crazy.
That's like years back, my old man had to help them move this old man out of his house who was kind of similar situation, except for he had animals living in his house. And by animals, I mean goats, sheep, horses.
Oh, Christ.
Yep. Like in his bedroom, he had 3 horses.
Wow.
What?
Yep.
Was it a large house or was it tiny?
It was pretty large, yeah. There were animals everywhere, and they were pooping all over the place.
Oh,
and
of course they would.
And he stayed there without picking it up.
How did your dad get suckered into that?
He had a friend asked him to help him with it.
I feel bad for those people. I mean,
yeah, I guess the guy at one point was like an absolute genius, and then he just kind of
went off
snapped.
Yeah. I wonder how many of those stories are true, because you always hear that about random crazy people in your community. Like, yeah, he used to be really smart and they cracked.
Yeah, well, this one I can tell you is true because I saw it.
Nancy's neighbor down where her house is down at the shore, that guy was a genius, and then he just went completely off the grid. So he collected rainwater and mowed his lawn with a pair of scissors.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a special kind of crazy.
And Nancy has a secret ketchup stash. Just saying.
Well, it's not secret. She just has a stash.
Okay.
We all know where it is.
I mean, I wonder if there's like signs, like things like not spending time with your family when they're in your house at a holiday, or like creeping out kids above a window as they're trying to trick or treat. I wonder if things like that are a good sign of being crazy.
Why do I suddenly get the feeling this is being directed at me? Are you trying to say I'm going insane, Bill?
I'm saying it's quite likely, Josh.
They're all against me, Bruin. All of them. Don't talk back.
I love that you just blew up your family again.
I did have another successful hiding of the family on Thanksgiving. I stay up until about 9 or 10 in the morning and then go to bed. And then while they're eating, I'm asleep. So, yeah.
Never quite understand that.
Me neither.
Mm-hmm.
I just do. I gotta worry about Christmas. I gotta plan about Christmas now.
Interesting.
I'm good for a year. I've done it for like the last 7 years.
I don't get that.
I don't think you're supposed to.
No.
Okay.
Haven't you not wanted to be around people, Kyle?
Well, all the time, but I mean,
Okay.
I like my family, so I'd go out of my way to go see them.
I don't like your family, so I don't go and see them.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to go see my family. Because that'd be kind of creepy that you just show up unannounced.
Hi, my name's Josh, and I harass your son on the internet.
I do an internet radio show? Where's Pop-Up? Where's that fucker at?
Wow, you look
are
a lot
you?
less racist in person. Oh, bollocks.
All right, well, since nobody's got anything interesting.
So where's your gay-ass faggot son?
I can do a great impression of you, Pop-Up. Get out of my house, you faggot. Oh. It's so
I've
funny.
never said the word faggot, you faggot. Oh, Pop-Pop, you'll always be my favorite bigot.
Mm-hmm. We do have a couple of questions from the Twitters.
Oh,
do?
shit.
We do. So, Kyle, why don't you read off the first one?
This one is from Camus. He asks, would anything convince the three of you to pick up a Wii U, or are you all racists?
Well, it runs in your family, Kyle, so...
Well, it's an absolute. It's either all three of us get one, or we're all racists. There's no in between.
Well, put on your hoods, boys.
So, anything though that can make you guys get one?
Well, I'd say I think I said it on the forums, in about 3 years, when I can get the system, a few Mario games for $150, I'll end up with one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not getting fooled again. The Wii was just, once the gimmick wore off after the first month or so, it hardly ever got touched. Now it's just an NES machine with the homebrew.
Yep.
That's all it is.
That's exactly what Nancy's Wii is.
Yeah.
No interest, Kyle?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, the newer consoles are coming out soon, within a year, so I'm not... Got my heart broken once by Nintendo. Won't happen again.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, I'm sure they'll have some pretty innovative, I know you love that word, things to do with that controller, and there can be a lot of fun to be had with it, but there's just not the games I want to play on there.
I mean, that's the big issue. I mean, it took the DS, like, what, 2 years to get some games that use the hardware properly?
Yeah, so a couple years, probably.
I will probably have one next month.
Because really, I mean,
what?
if you think about it, it is really...
I love how Bill just stops. He's like, wait, what?
You're really going to get one?
Yes, I do love Nintendo franchises. I love me some new Super Mario Brothers, and then Pikmin 3 is coming out next month.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. So yeah, there's...
Pikmin, I'll side with Pop Pop in my opinion of what you just said.
So, like, obviously, anybody who buys that machine for, like, third-party games, if you have a PC, 360, or PS3, you're an asshole.
Yeah. Well...
But, like...
Yeah.
I do love Nintendo's franchises, and that's why I do want one. And, like, this thing is a bit more accessible for me, because it actually uses a controller, rather than, the Wii Remote.
Mm-hmm.
So, that, like, right there kind of wins me back a little bit. But, I do like their game, so I will probably end up with one, like, either next month or the month after that.
And there's some cool stuff that you can do with the hardware, like watch TV and play your game at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, if you really care about that.
Well, for other people who only have 1 or 2 TVs and aren't sequestered in their room for months on end.
I don't think I actually do that.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of being able to play the game in bed, It's kind of neat.
It definitely, like, and it's nice to see that they have an actual, like, online infrastructure now with Miiverse.
Oh, do you still have to do all the bullshit friend code stuff?
No, you actually have an account.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it is linked to one console only.
That is not so great.
But, like, I don't know if you've seen anything of Miiverse. It actually looks really cool.
Really?
So, like, dude, well, here's the thing. You could be in the middle of a game. Like, I watched the whole Giant Bomb streaming, launch day streaming of it, so I picked up on a lot.
Okay.
And so, like, you can be in a game and be like, oh, I'm having a hard time with this spot. So you just bring up the menu, go to Miiverse. You can post a screenshot of exactly what you're looking at in the game, and then people can come and comment and be like, oh, this is what you got to do. And then when you go back to the game, if somebody comments, then the controller starts glowing.
That does seem a lot more simple than just grabbing your phone and going on the internet.
No, it's just, it's cool that they have, like, that whole little community vibe to it, though.
Yeah.
It's like they finally took that step in.
It's almost worth getting one just so that when you can post a question or something and I can just send you a picture of dicks.
Oh, that's getting moderated heavily, but you should have seen, like, the first day of Miiverse, there were cocks everywhere. Like, because when you go into the menu, it shows you, like, you have your menu and then there's me's everywhere and, like, little boxes are popping up that people all over the world, like, drawing and stuff. And there were cocks everywhere.
Oh.
Wow. Looks like Pop Pop's opinion was right.
You give the internet that option of drawing things, and guess what's going to happen?
Dicks.
Yeah, whole lot of dicks
everywhere. I wonder if they're using the same algorithm and code that, Chat Roulette uses to filter out all the dicks.
I guess they're just moderating it. Like, they have, like, and it's actually quick. Like, some people will put a dick up, and it's like, boom, dick ban.
Oh, God.
So what exactly am I going to be doing here this week?
You're going to be looking
for dicks.
Like,
you see a dick, ban him.
What do you mean looking for dicks? You know what the penis is, yes? Well, yeah. Well, you're going to be seeing them. You're going to be seeing all of them.
There are dicks
all
everywhere.
Of the dicks.
So, like, one guy took a screenshot of the something in Zombie U, I think it was, and then drew, like, a little dick in it to try to hide it. And it still got banned.
Wow, so there are some dick detection experts out there.
Yep. But, I mean, it is pretty cool, though, that they have that infrastructure in, and there's, like, a little community happening, actually, on a Nintendo console, so it is weird.
If you think about it, it's kind of like a great big DS. You know what I mean? And
it is.
The DS does a lot of things that are fun, and I like a lot of games that are on there. So if they can make those type of things happen and work well, and like I say, a couple of years, I'll probably have one.
Mm-hmm.
Not going early though. especially not to play games I've already played on other systems.
No, and like I said, you would be an asshole if you have those other systems and you're buying like Call of Duty on that machine.
Yeah. It's like buying Call of Duty on the PlayStation if you have 2 other things you could be playing it on. You're just
Well,
being
it's like
an
playing
asshole.
Call of Duty, period. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd
you
have to
can't go
agree.
that far.
Nope. Blanket. Everyone who plays Call of Duty is an asshole.
There you go. So, yeah.
Like
I
Gears
guess,
of War, Kyle?
Yeah, everyone who plays Gears of War is a faggot.
Why do you make such terribly bad things come out of your mouth? Oh, well, it'll be fun for you to get that, Josh. I look forward to you not playing it.
So, I mean, at least I will not be the racist on the show. It looks like it's going to be Bill and Kyle. Now that he knows Pikmin 3 is coming next month, is a little.
Well, Nance and I are big fans of that game.
That's not going to happen. Kyle needs a new computer. Focus on the computer, Kyle.
I know. And even then, well, whatever. Eventually, one will maybe be purchased. Not
That's
this
the
year.
kind of thing that
or
goes
next
real
year.
well on a wedding registry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so we got another question from our famous German on the show,
He's
Mr. Poltergeist. He asked, I may have asked this before, but what's one game you wish you could play again for the first time? For me, it's Fallout 3. Bill?
Don't start with me. I have to think about that.
Bill? Kyle? Jesus Christ.
Well, it's a tough question. I
it
gotta
is.
think about some of my favorite
had a
games.
few thought out, but you know what? Fuck it.
I would say Knights of the Old Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't know what that was, and I just thought it was some random Star Wars game, and I was not expecting what I got it myself into. I love that game. That's my choice.
Kyle?
I'd have to say Final Fantasy VII.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. I would have to say Final Fantasy 6 or...
3.
No, 6, jackass.
No, well, it's 3.
No, it's 6.
Okay. I'm just saying it's also known as 6 or 3. God damn it.
I really don't like you that much.
I'm the one on a show with a bunch of Final Fantasy fans.
Well, I was about to say something else, but now he made me forget what it was. But yeah, I would go Final Fantasy 6 or, maybe one of the early NES Zelda games.
I was going to say Zelda
Ooh,
2.
Link to the Past, yeah.
I was going to say Zelda 2 just because I'm more appreciative of the RPG aspects of it.
Well, Zelda 2 is my favorite Zelda game.
Mm-hmm.
You both are wrong. So very wrong. See, that's the thing, like, with the Wii U. If they could put out a proper, like, take Zelda to, modern times, not the crap they've been spitting out for how many years, that'd be kind of interesting.
Well,
If they made, like, a proper RPG-style action-adventure game.
If they can take Zelda and remove the Ocarina of Time from it, then you would actually have a good game. Because every Zelda has been Ocarina of Time since then.
Yeah. And actually get some fucking voice acting. Like, I'm tired of hearing the...
No, I don't really care about that.
Nah,
I
it bugs the
just
shit out of
don't
me.
want Ocarina of Time anymore. It's been done.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't play any modern Zeldas anymore. Like, the ones that they've done on the DS were alright, but then they had all the backtracking issues.
Yeah, and those are a different kind of game. For a handheld, those are great, but...
Right. So yeah, I think that's actually a really good question,
Yeah.
though. That was tough. Final Fantasy VI would be awesome to play again for the first time. And then the other comment that we have is from Mr. Kyle's favorite, Alt Lols.
I do enjoy... He is one of my favorite internet personalities.
All right.
He's so angry about things.
He's saying every other week. Every other week.
Actually, it's every other week. Every other week.
Right. Meaning, we don't stick to our schedule, ever.
Yeah. Well, it's just the fall's been busy. Things will go back to normal now.
Sure.
Yeah. Football season basically ends today. Yeah.
Every other week, Bill.
Every other week.
Mm-hmm.
Mer.
Mer.
All right, and that does it for our questions and comments. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yay,
Other than
thank you.
Outlaws. So, Bill, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Not much.
What you got for me?
Just sitting here doing a podcast. What's going on with you?
I'm waiting for you to tell me some games. What's up?
There's been dick for games. That's why I'm stalling. I haven't been playing shit. I've been playing Skyrim a bunch still. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's fun, and I'm enjoying it again. Yep.
That's it. That's the only thing you've been playing. Like any new mods? Any cool mods?
None new since when I talked with Kyle.
Did you get that fart one?
Fart one?
Yeah, the shouts that come out of the ass.
Oh no. I laughed quite a bit, but no, I did not take part in that. That seems
Bill's
like
too mature. That's why he does a podcast with two assholes.
So he can feel better about himself. Oh, Bill.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm almost done with The Walking Dead, episode 4. I'm going to finish that probably tonight or tomorrow.
Me too.
Really?
No.
I know. You should give it a shot, though. It's pretty good.
I did play it.
No, you didn't, Josh.
I did. My coworker and I have been arguing about this for since that episode where I said I was playing it. He goes, "You really need to play this." I was like, "I did. Look at my Steam list. It shows up as played."
How many minutes?
5.3.
0.3.
0.3. Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate.
You played it? Oh, wait, that's 0.3 hours, right? That's minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say you only played that for 20 seconds.
So he's like, "Name a character then." And I was like, "Howard."
The duck?
Oh, I watched that the other day. So good.
I watched that not too long ago. It's not good at all.
So good.
It's fucking horrible.
So good.
Oh, it's so bad.
I watched that, all the Ernest movies. Oh.
I watched Howard the Duck all the time when I was a kid, and I watched it not too long ago. I'm like, holy fuck, this thing is awkward to watch.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Leah
all
Thompson, so good.
sex jokes.
Yeah, and I remember, there's the condom that I never understood when I was younger. What was that thing? I always wanted them to make a movie where they went to the duck planet, though. Seems like it'd be a fun, terrible movie.
Howard the Duck gone crazy.
Yup. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't been playing much, but I'm going to pick up some games on Steam here. I think I'm going to get that Mark of Ninja, and then I'm going to get Borderlands 2.
Well, on your games list here, it says that you've switched launchers from stock iOS or ice cream sandwich. Tell me about it, Bill. It's riveting.
No, I just put that on there to annoy you. As well as point out the fact that I can still do things like that, and you have some outdated phone that you bought.
I can do that.
I can do that too.
No. Kyle can, not Josh.
We have the same phone?
Yeah.
Where's your toy, Josh?
My toy?
Your new toy.
What toy?
What happened to the iPhone?
iPhone. I don't have a new phone. I have my Bionic.
Oh.
I'm getting rid of it soon, though.
Yeah.
I'm going probably either iPhone or Windows Phone.
I do want the Windows Phone. I think they're great.
I'm probably going iPhone, though.
Yeah, I know. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I was pointing it out. You'll be missing things like that.
All right, Kyle, what do you got for me? Because Bill was a total letdown.
Well, I'm also going to be in a letdown, but in a different way.
Holy shit.
What?
I'm so glad I'm back because you guys suck.
I played Halo 4. I bought it. I got it.
I'll be back in 20 minutes.
Yep. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Don't
Beat
you
it
mean
twice.
Ender's Game?
Lawlers.
Sorry.
No.
Hey.
343 took it over. They did a good job. They changed a lot of things, but they kept a lot of things the same. So they completely revamped all the sounds, so everything sounds different. They tweaked the way a lot of the things looked. For instance, Cortana now looks like a weird booby real woman, which is kind of awkward.
Say booby?
Yes. Have you seen pictures of her? She's looks like a naked woman.
Well-chested, Josh.
Huh.
Yeah, she looks like a naked woman, and it's kind of weird. But
Are you turned on, Kyle?
not really. But
You getting
Like
your
I was
avatar
saying.
fetish all messed up now?
yeah, seriously.
Blue women?
Blue women. There was something that was bothering me, and I was probably 3 levels in before I figured it out, what was bothering me. Master Chief...
You were playing Halo?
No. Master Chief had spoken more in the first 3 levels of the newest Halo than every other Halo game combined. So 343 invested a lot more into the quote-unquote story of Halo, which just shows you how fucking backwards that universe is. Multiplayer's the same retarded fun, so you just go around murdering people.
Mm-hmm.
They changed the way the point system works, so now it's more like Call of Duty or Battlefield.
Oh.
So it's not based on kills, now it's like the style of the kill.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's weapon loadouts, weapon drops.
I'll stick to my better PC shooters.
Yeah, the campaign was very short. I beat it in 9 hours on heroic, and then I went through it on co-op on normal and beat it in less than 5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are there any ostriches?
There are no ostriches, unfortunately.
Are there any incoming dropships?
Not as many as Reach.
Good.
Hmm.
I'll end up playing this game.
Yeah, it's fun. It's not as open as other Halos. It's very, very linear. It's just like, here's a vehicle, go this direction.
Okay.
It's not like Halo 3, it's like, okay, here's a variety of options. Just fucking go nuts on the landscape. Drive around, explore, look at things.
Is the story, do you give a shit at all?
I give more shits about it than I have in the previous games.
Interesting.
They did more character development in the first 15 minutes of Halo 4 than they did in the entire previous trilogy.
So does this, like, in any way tie into all the books? Like, are some of the nerds now finally saying, you know, see, there is a good story here?
Somebody to bring up the Halo books.
Do you see?
Yes and no.
Oh, so no.
Well, let's just say mankind was the scourge of the universe like 1,000,000 years ago, and then they were de-evolved forcefully into cavemen as a punishment.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of awesome.
It is, except they're like, we've put a genetic sequence in humanity that would specifically create this person. And that part was kind of lame.
Yeah, that does sound kind of lame, but I'll end up playing it.
Yeah.
Josh, no chance for you with this one?
No chance at all.
Really?
I do not like Halo, Bill.
But it's one of the last Twitch shooters, Josh.
No, I don't even consider it a Twitch shooter. A Twitch shooter, you have a risk of dying. In this one, you have a rechargeable shield.
But your kitties have rechargeable shields.
No, they just have fur.
It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Just a lot slower.
The biggest thing that I was happy about with the newest Halo is there was no flood. None at all. I was so happy.
The flood, the zombies?
Yeah, the flood of the zombies.
Okay.
But instead, they replaced them with these teleporting robots. So now you just fight 3 new types of enemies, and that's it. So that part was kind of dumb, but overall,
well, they can't take it too far away from what already exists. People would lose their shit.
Yeah, they would.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But there was one big important change in this game. Master Chief actually he took off his armor, which he's probably been wearing for the last 15 years. So he probably smells like ass. Like in the closing moments, he's taken off his suit.
Interesting.
And they were like, we'll call you when we need you again in 3 years when we need more money.
So do you actually get to see Master Chief?
No. In Legendary, you get to see his eyes, and that's it. Like, that's the cool ending is you get to see Master Chief's eyes.
Is he Asian?
No, he is not. He's just an old-looking man.
Huh.
Yep.
All right.
So you have to beat it on the hardest setting to see the eyes?
Yeah.
Or I can just probably Google it.
You could just Google it.
Yeah.
In all the Halo games, if you beat it on Legendary, you're usually treated with an extra ending. It's usually like an illusion, not an illusion, but it kind of shows you where the next one's going, or it's like a big reveal. In this one, it's half a second of his eyes, and then that's it.
Weird. Do you feel satisfied though? Are you happy with what it is?
Yeah, I'm very happy with what it is.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's all you see.
So the CG was pretty solid.
Oh
You
my
weren't kidding
god,
around.
that's right. The cinematics in that are fantastic. They are
Yeah,
beautiful.
that looks like a picture. Holy shit.
The
I'm a little disappointed he's white. Just saying.
Come on, his name's Sean. Of course he's white. But
Yeah, I kind of thought he'd be like, in the future, humanity's all going to be hybrids anyway.
yeah.
Wow.
The opening, the movies in there are beautiful. The game itself is gorgeous. It's a very pretty game, but it's some of the things you'd have to see to actually believe it. They do
Yeah, I will.
they do cinematics, but there's no awkward, uncanny valley. So it took a little bit to like say, oh, that's actually CG, and not, oh, that's clearly CG.
Nice. Is it all odd like, the hell's that Rockstar game? Where the face is really great, but it doesn't quite fit their body because they didn't shoot it at the same time? Or does it just look normal? You have no idea. That means it's fine.
It looks normal.
Cool.
LA Noire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Halo 4. Play it, like it.
I like how the whole show just got really fucking mellow when you started talking about Halo. It's like, yeah, okay.
Well, he's just kind of labeling the points of the things that he likes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of going up against a biased audience because
Bill doesn't mind Halo.
What?
Bill doesn't mind it.
Talking about you.
I've been quiet.
You've been quiet, exactly. You're not giving me anything to work off of.
Kyle, were there mechs?
Oh, God, that's right. They were mechs. Oh, God, Josh. They were mechs, and it was glorious. I rode the mech, and I wrecked shit.
This pleases Kyle.
It does. There's a lot of shit I keep fucking forgetting about. I need to write this stuff down next time.
So there you go. I engaged you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
So, do you have any games that don't suck to talk about, Kyle?
That's a little phone game that I bought called Knights of Pen and Paper.
Huh.
It is... What?
Nothing. I'm like, huh.
Oh. I thought you were going to... Yeah, it's weird that I play a phone game, but...
No, it's weird that you played a game.
Oh, funny. It's a role-playing game where you play... It's kind of a spoof off of D&D, but it's a metagame as well, because you play the DM and you play the players playing the game. So you set challenges as a DM to the players that you're playing as. So there's a campaign, but you determine the difficulty on the spot. And there's all sorts of classes and people that you can unlock. So you can get the pizza guy and he can be playing the cleric. Or you can have your grandma play the barbarian.
I do want a pizza right now.
So it's a cute little time waster that I picked up for $1. That's very engaging.
Does it run well on the phone?
Yes, it runs fantastically. It's 8-bit style.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
The only noticeable downfall is that it was made in Brazil and it's poorly translated.
Yeah, but a lot of times that becomes a positive because it's just so funny.
It is. There are some like really funny mistranslations, but sometimes you don't know what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
And it's really bad. There's also all these like nods and what the hell's that word?
Faggot.
I can't think of anything. It's game cameos. So it's got one of the enemies is missing No, and it's got the dude from that desert game where you explore.
Journey?
Journey, that's it. There's like the dude from Journey's in it. Then there's all sorts of little D&D jokes in there.
Okay.
That I think I got, but it was hard to tell because it's poorly translated.
Right.
Seems like something you would like, Josh.
I don't like playing games on my phone, though. That's the real killer.
Well, it's like a good bathroom game.
Yeah.
You go in, you play for 5 minutes, and then you're done.
All right. Maybe I'll check it out.
Yep. That's it. That's all I've done.
All right.
I've been playing a lot of Halo.
Real quick, have you boys bought anything on Steam or any of the various sales like Amazon, Green Man Gaming, etc.?
Nope.
I bought To the Moon. That's it thus
Really?
far. Because I remember Mr. Mike Phillips speaking highly of it, so I grabbed it for like $3.
Right.
But again, later today here, I'll probably buy a fair number of things.
Mm-hmm.
Because $30 for Borderlands 2 seems pretty fair. Something good to start playing here now that winter's upon us.
I'm kind of pissed you didn't bite on Dark Souls at 14.
Oh, Dark Souls is $14. Damn it.
Yeah, I thought about it quite a bit, but I know that I'm never going to go back and play it.
I'm kind of pissed off right now.
Yeah, I just don't see it happening. Next year when it's 5, I'll probably make a foolish purchase.
Kind of hate you.
That's fun. I do a lot of things that make that an okay statement.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I'll go on with my stuff then. Start with some LittleBigPlanet Karting. Playing that. Picked it up on the ye old PlayStation Network.
Is it better or worse than Mario Kart?
I mean, that's tough because Mario Kart is pretty fucking awesome. Like, I would say Mario Kart DS was probably the pinnacle for me.
Really?
Yeah, that's fair. That game was awesome.
Yeah. I never really got into the GameCube Mario Karts or the Wii one, actually.
Yeah, neither did I.
So definitely DS one was the pinnacle. And I would say racing-wise, it's right there with it. Like weapon-wise, it's pretty impressive too. I mean, Mario Kart, you obviously have like your blue shell and your bananas and all that. So it's pretty much been the same throughout Mario Kart, minus, and I think the DS is when they introduced like the ink on the screen and all that stuff.
Yeah.
If I recall. Okay. This one here, like similar stuff. You have specific items that like can help you, like really help you. They have one where it like rewinds time and all of a sudden like you move up 3 places in the race. You have like a missile that you actually like jump on the missile and then you flying through, and if you hit anybody then they're out, obviously.
What? That's crazy.
Dr. Strangelove style.
Yeah. And then they have like there's also another one similar to that where it's like a giant boxing glove pops up and you're riding that. And then you can punch people out.
Do you get what the hell was that thing that you had? The grappling hook in Little Big Planet?
The grappling hook is actually in there. So like the sections of, obviously like with user made levels and stuff, but it's different. But there's some levels where they have that I've done with the stock creator that you go off a jump and then you have to use the grappling hook, swing along. And then if you do a 360 while you're in the air, or if you do like a trick or something in the air, you get, the more that you do, you get a bigger boost when you land. So that's pretty cool. Racing wise, it is right on par with Mario Kart, and I think it's better than Mod Nation Racers by quite a bit.
Well, did they adjust the driving model a little bit? Because I did not like Mod Nation Racers. It just felt wrong.
What do you mean adjust?
Well, I know that you don't like it when I say this, but like I want it to just be like Mario Kart.
It does feel a lot like Mario Kart to me.
That's
like
good
I said, it feels a lot better than Mod Nation. Like a lot better.
Interesting.
And then, like, I played online with Camus and Pete the other night, or the other week, and we were giving it a shot. And we were doing some user-made levels and then some stock ones. But what I really noticed that I liked is when I played Mario Kart DS online, it was basically race after race after race after race. And it was all randomly picked. This one here, you finish a race, it gives you an option of, like, 4 or 3. And then you pick whichever one that you want, and then everybody votes. But in that selection, it throws in other types of games too. So like you have your races, but then there's some where you have to follow a path on the track. And then those who finish the track first is obviously the winner. Well, follows the correct path is the winner. And it doesn't help you at all either. Like it doesn't show you like on the mini map where you need to go. You just need to kind of figure it out. And then there's also like battle levels where it's kind of like free for all. Here's all the fucking weapons. Whoever has the most kills wins type thing. So it mixes it up in between the races as well.
Neat.
Yeah, it is pretty cool how it spaces that out, and it gives you more than just, okay, we're going to do another race. Yay. So that's pretty neat. And Pete's already started making some levels. It's something I obviously never do. But there are quite a few good user-made levels out there already. And then on top of that, you can do the stock races. So
Can you design your own carts?
I believe so. I know it's not like Mod Nation Racers where you can go and as far as I know, you can't like go and download other people's cards and stuff like that. I think they took that out. But I believe, yes, you can modify your cart and everything like that. And then obviously you can change what your Sackboy looks like.
Yeah, okay.
And it seems like Sackboy content, like costumes and stuff from LittleBigPlanet 1, 2 can be used in this as well.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's definitely worth looking at, and it's on sale right now too on Amazon. So
How much?
I don't know. They've been hyping it since Black Friday started, but it's pretty damn awesome. I bought it on PSN, so I always have it now. I like it. And
Nice.
other than that, I've been playing the Great Giana Sisters on.
That sounds like a porn.
They're my new girlfriends. They love cats. It's all going well.
Huh. Been playing Great Giana Sisters, Twisted Dreams. And I like it.
Tell me about this game, because you said it's on sale and you want both of us to buy it, or probably me.
I actually never meant to direct that at either of you, so you can both fuck off. Way to make it all about you, Bill. You just lost that miserably. So, I don't know if either of you are familiar with the Great Giana Sisters at all, right?
9.
Okay, well, it originally started out as a game that was released on the Amiga and the Commodore 64 long time ago. And
Okay.
back then, it was a direct Super Mario Brothers ripoff. Like, you had the sisters, or back then it was the sister, and like the first world was identical to Super Mario Brothers, except for the creatures, like the Goombas weren't Goombas and so forth. And then Nintendo got it banned, obviously. But that was actually my first experience with Super Mario Brothers. Like, I never played the NES version of Super Mario Brothers. What I did was, and I didn't know it, my uncle gave me the Great Giana Sisters, but then he also gave me a hacked version of it for the Commodore 64 that somebody put Mario in. And they had Goombas, and they had Koopa Troopas and all that. So my first take to Super Mario Brothers was actually playing a hacked version of the Great Giana Sisters on the Commodore 64. And then eventually I played Super Mario Brothers on the NES, and my mind was blown of how much better it was. But yeah, so that's basically like the long time history of the Great Giana Sisters. It was kind of always considered a ripoff of Super Mario Brothers. And then they came out with the version on the DS that was a bit different. It was kind of still a little Mario-esque, but then I guess they did a Kickstarter recently for this game, and it was actually quite successful. And I think, as far as I know, this is like the first game I've ever heard of coming out of Kickstarter that's actually been released. So it came out on Steam, and it is completely different than like the Commodore version or the DS version. Like, it actually now features the two sisters, and it's another platforming game, much like Mario, but it goes deeper than that. They both have a specific ability to them. Like, one can kind of float along the screen, and the other one is kind of like she can jump and bounce off of walls, and they kind of use that as a way to make puzzles within the level that you have to use both of them to get through.
So it's like the Lost Vikings.
Yeah. So you can swap between them mid-game or mid-level, and while you do that, what's really cool is when you're one sister, the world is like all happy and colorful and flowery, and the music kind of goes with that. And then when you switch to the other one, it goes all dark and like everything is decaying and nasty looking. And then the music, while you switch between the two, like the world just kind of has this weird elastic look to it. Like all the nice stuff dies and then switches to the other one, and then the music like perfectly melds with it to go. and it just changes and mixes with it. It's a really cool feature to watch. I might actually have to take a video of it to show you guys, but
I think you should.
yeah, it's really cool. And the platforming on it is really solid. So, like I said, there's things that you have to do within the game using both sisters. So you have to use one to jump up on this one, then quickly switch to the other one to float along to the next section, then quickly switch to the other one, and it gets challenging after a while.
Challenging like Josh challenging or
Normal person challenging.
Normal person challenging.
okay?
Yeah, I think it's a fun little platformer, basically.
Quite a few levels, or is it fairly short?
It seems like there's quite a few levels, yeah. I am definitely enjoying it, though. It's well worth, I think, what did I say it was on Twitter? Like $10 now?
9, I think.
Yeah, definitely worth 9. And it's absolutely beautiful. Like, it has that Trine look, where you know, like, all the crazy light effects, light is coming from the background and everything. It looks just like Trine in that regard. Really cool game.
Maybe I'll bite.
You're gonna bite, Bill. So yeah, that's the great Giana Sisters. I recommend it to anybody, actually. Even if you don't have a PC right now, I think you should buy it. That way it's available for you when you actually have a computer in January. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm sure they'll figure it out. Kyle. Other than that, I've been playing Assassin's Creed 3, Bill.
I'm interested in hearing your opinion because you seem like someone that won't give me a biased one or get all too excited about it and then realize it gets dreadfully boring shortly after starting.
Right.
So let's hear it.
It is kind of dreadfully boring when you start.
I know the beginning of the game and it sounds terrible. So
Right.
I know that you just have to get through that rubbish.
Yes. And once you do, and once the world opens up, it is actually like a really cool experience. Because like in the other Assassin's Creeds, while it like presented itself as an open world, it was never really an open world. You know what I'm saying? So It's like you were in Italy or whatever, but you can't like go between cities really. Like and see all the buildings and everything else that they had, or go through the forest. It wasn't really a total open world. This one is very much so like that. So it's like I can walk from Boston up to like Lexington, basically, if I wanted to. And while it is very boring at the beginning, you are doing some really cool stuff. And it kind of has this weird, I don't know if you know about that, but it has like a weird twist to it early on. Where like even I was like, holy shit, I didn't really see that coming. So it's like they kind of get you very early on. And from that moment on, I was like, all right, I got to finish this up because now I'm kind of hooked. Like, I got to see what happens. So that kind of happened to me. And otherwise, I mean, at least on the PC, if you play it on the PC, because I know it's kind of a technical mess on the consoles. Like, there's frame rate problems and everything else that have always happened with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
The
old game or old consoles, man.
Right, but even back then with Assassin's Creed 1, it had these issues. Actually, worse. But this one here on the PC, fucking smooth as silk. And it's using DirectX 11. It looks really good. Well, obviously, unless you look at something very close. But the snow effects are really cool in it. So, like, I'm walking through the snow and my guy's, like, kind of struggling, but then it's leaving a path while I'm going. And the snow is kind of caving in on itself, and that's pretty cool. And I get to stab wolves and then send you pictures of them, and you feel bad.
So how does this play in with the story of the other ones, then?
Dude, I couldn't fucking tell you. I played Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, and then I kind of skipped. I like to play the numbered ones. Like,
sure.
Brotherhood and Revelations.
What got me out of it, yeah.
They're kind of fluff and filler to me for some reason.
Yeah. It's because they are fluff and filler.
Right,
they're just cash-ins.
That's exactly right. So I've been kind of playing these ones, and they kind of mention Ezio a little bit, and they kind of mention Altair briefly. But it seems to me, like from the start of this game, they're basically saying, okay, this is our new thing. This is what we're going with now. And I'm maybe like halfway, a little bit over halfway through the game at this point. And there has been very, very little talk of the previous games. And I've only done maybe like 3 or 4 Desmond things, so it doesn't really kick back to Desmond that much, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll see more though, but yeah.
You gonna stick with it, or you think this is something you'll just put down and forget about?
I mean, considering I started playing it on Thursday, and I'm already, I would say, 19 hours into it.
Christ. You do love stabbing wolves.
Yeah. It's got some cool things now, though. You got, like, the rope dart, so I'm, like, hanging guys on trees. Because in this one, you can jump from tree to tree. Like, you are in a forest. So I climb up the tree, and I'm running along branches and stuff, and I'll notice a bad guy. And what you do is you throw the rope dart, you grab him in the neck, and then you jump off the branch, and then let him fly up, and then you just tie the rope to the tree so he's hanging.
Nice.
Yeah. It has some pretty unique ways of killing people.
Would you like to say that you're the Batman?
I am the fucking Batman, Kyle. Except for I'm an Indian.
Now, here's the real question, though. Is it a lot of the same kind of boring, busy work, or have they kind of altered those quest lines and things a little bit to make it more interesting?
Early on, there's a little bit of busy work. But for the most part, no, it's been very... Like, I know when what was it? I started Brotherhood of Revelations maybe a few months ago, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
And if I recall, when you first start that game, you have to do like 4 hours of missions for your mother or whatever. And you can't really do anything other than that. Like, because you're trying to rebuild this business for her.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing really like that in this. It was basically like, once you got through that twist, it's go. And that's basically... And I haven't been doing side quests, really. I've just been really doing the main story. And occasionally doing some, like, some of the boat battles.
Sure.
Which is awesome, by the way. So yeah, I am thoroughly actually enjoying it, which I didn't think I was going to. It's kept me pretty interested. And it is kind of cool, though, doing, like, the actual historical stuff that I know of. So, like, there's Paul Revere and George Washington and all that stuff. And I accidentally killed George Washington.
What?
So I probably...
What?
Yeah. I probably shouldn't have done that.
How did you manage that?
Every once in a while in an Assassin's Creed game, I just like to go on a rampage. And I was in
anger got the best of me, Kyle.
Yeah. And so I just kind of started killing everybody that I saw. And George Washington happened to be one of them. And of course the game was like, oh, that's not good. And it restarted. So he's not actually dead. But gotta be a little bit careful of who I kill, I guess. And Bill, I think you would actually like to know, this really does focus on a lot of stealth. Like,
really?
When you do a mission, it gives you obviously optional objectives that you need to do within the mission. But then there's a lot of times where it says, do not be detected at all, basically.
Interesting.
So it definitely pushes stealth. And it gives you a lot more ways to be stealthy because, like I said, you can climb trees and run along the branches of every tree. So you can actually stay completely hidden. And this, like, if I can lay in brush and kind of stay away from people or be up in the trees and get them from that way.
Nice.
So it definitely pushes stealth a lot more than the previous ones.
Did they get rid of all the stupid tower defense nonsense?
I have not come across any of that.
Nice.
There is hunting. You can go hunting in this. You can set traps or, whatever.
Sure.
So that's kind of cool as well, as if you want a little bit of a distraction. It is definitely, I would say it's a lot better than the previous Assassin's Creeds. And I really liked 1. 2 was okay. And then
I really liked 2. 2 was great.
Yeah, I preferred 1. I thought Altair was a much cooler character.
You would.
He was quiet.
Right on. Maybe next year when it's cheap.
Oh, yeah. You know it's going to end up on a Steam sale for like $5 like all the other ones did, because that's how I ended up with all of them.
Yeah.
It is just, because I know that you've become very anti-Assassin's Creed because of all the bullshit and the yearly releases.
Yeah, they just cashed in on it too much and just drug and bled the story to death.
You should have basically did what I did and skipped all the other ones and just played the numbered versions. And
Except
it would
for
have
the
been...
fact you don't quite know what's going on now.
You don't need to, because like I said, it never really references any of it. Like, the only time where it really referenced some stuff that I was like, I don't know what to talk is when you're doing the Desmond stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't really care about the Desmond stuff. Like, my goal is to get through that as much as I can just to get back to the main actual game.
Stabbing fools.
Yeah. Being stealthy and using poison darts on people.
Now, have you toyed with picking up the Vita version? of whatever that is?
No, yeah. I heard it's not so good, and that's why I really haven't. I might eventually.
Right
Once
on.
I get through this. I mean, we'll see. Isn't it a completely different character, I believe?
Yeah, it is, but kind of what I was thinking is since it's so different, they probably don't tie into the Desmond stuff, so you may like it a little bit better because it's probably just stabbing fools.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this guy loves to use an axe, too. It's so good. I was sitting there throwing tea off the boats in Boston and doing the tea party. And then guys were just coming up and I was stabbing them in the head with an axe.
With your hatchet?
Yep. It's so good. I was like, insane clown posse, y'all!
Oh, God. Kyle, this is not your type of game, is it?
I enjoyed 2, but I mean, I haven't touched that in like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's been like 2 or 3 years since I played an Assassin's Creed game, really. Like, I've started Brotherhood, but never really played it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about playing Revelations, if that's what it's called.
Yeah, it is. And I have all of them on Steam. It's just, for some reason, the other ones are just complete fluff for me. Ezio was an okay character, but I think going that far into his storyline got a little old after a while.
Yeah. Right on. I'm glad you're liking it.
Definitely like it. It's so cool. So anything else, gentlemen?
You been playing anything on the Vita? Any new games with that? 'Cause I saw some of the sales and I got a little...
I did pick up, well, technically didn't pick up. They added PlayStation Plus to the Vita.
Right
So they're now releasing, you know how like every month you get free PlayStation, and now every month you're also getting free Vita games.
Interesting, because there's not a ton of games for it.
Well, they added, you can get the Uncharted for it, Gravity Rush, and some other game, I think, for free now. So that's
Wow.
kind of cool. So I gotta try those. I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Right on.
But it is nice getting free games like that. I'm not going to be like, no, Sony, fuck you. I don't want these.
Is that all tied into the same plus, or is it a separate plus?
All tied into the same.
Right on.
Plus is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, any given month, you can basically walk out with like $100 worth of content, which is pretty cool. All right, boys, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, no, that's about it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right, Kyle, why don't you tell them how they get in contact with us so we can not talk to them for 3 weeks?
Josh.
Every other week.
I'm not going to be on the next episode.
Okay.
Join us in 2 weeks where we discuss books featuring Cloud Atlas and the Dresden Files.
Yay!
I'm going to be on the next episode.
You can contact us via Twitter, like the folks who sent us questions. You can contact Josh at Nastro, myself at KR Dubon, Bill at Billy Black, or the podcast at Critical Strike. You can leave us a voicemail at 909-C-Strike or 909-278-7453, or you can shoot us an email at cstrikepodcast@gmail.com.
And as always, hit Platform Nation for a slew of other podcasts.
You both have gotten so good at that.
Yay! We're good at something.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud that like the one thing you guys do at the show, you've gotten good at.
Yeah, considering the rest of it's fallen off because I haven't been playing any games.
It's like I just love it. So it's like Kyle for all these years, like he doesn't edit or do anything else really with the show, but that's his one role, and he's definitely mastered it.
Yes, I have. Hooray.
That's cute. I love it. All right, boys, it was fun doing a show with you again.
Yes.
I look forward to not talking to you guys for a few weeks.
Okay. I look forward to talking about books with Bill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do a music episode.
Are you really?
Yep. I'm bringing the critical music back. And
Why
it's
not?
going to be called Critical Music. Bringing it back.
Wait a minute. Let me check the release schedule here. Because if you do a music episode... Oh, fuck. Show me months.
It's going to be Critical Music 105. And it's going to have music in it.
It'll be the 22nd, so I guess that's okay.
Well, I'm going to do it next weekend, Kyle.
Oh, okay. Well, look at
Wait, what day's Christmas?
I don't know.
When are we-
20th or something?
It's
When are we
a
recording
Tuesday. It's a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
It's Tuesday. Tuesday's the worst fucking day for holidays like that.
Yeah. We should be recording again on
the 8th?
The 8th.
I'm not available the 8th. I gotta hand out candy.
And look at children.
All right, we'll talk to you guys in a few weeks.
All right, bye.